Hello. Using rice, because I don't have glass beads, I want to show you 1 million equal parts. Here they are. These are 1 million grains of rice, and we're going to use them to show 1 million parts per volume. Would you like to see how much carbon dioxide is in the air? I'll show you. 385. I've colored them red. 385 parts out of a million. That's what 385 parts per million means. 4% of this comes from human activity. That's about 15 parts per million. There you see them. 4% of that. 15 parts per million. 15 parts, a million parts. This is what comes from human activity. Billions and billions of people, that is all. Now I'd like to show you methane. Methane, 1.8 parts per million. Nitrous oxide, 0.31 parts per million. Now, water vapor. Water vapor varies between 1 and 4%. 1% is 10,000 parts per million. This is what I want to show. Mainly this. 15 parts per million. That is what is in question today. Only 15 parts per million. Carbon dioxide from human activity. Thank you for listening.
Geoengineering is the possibility of deliberately making the Earth more reflective by engineering means to reduce some of the risks of accumulated greenhouse gases which are causing climate change. There are all sorts of potential risks and downsides to solar geoengineering, and we want to tell you about some new work we've done that we think reduces some of the technical risks in a way that really is exciting and points to what could happen if there's a larger research effort on this topic. So the way that we're most confident that we could make the planet more reflective is to put sulphuric acid aerosols into the stratosphere. To advance solar geoengineering to the point where meaningful decisions about implementation could be made, perhaps a decade or two in the future, requires work across a multitude of disciplines, from science and engineering to the social sciences to hard questions that every citizen has a voice in about how on earth we should govern the planet at this scale. And that requires a broad collaborative effort, the kind of effort we're trying to build at Harvard and trying to foster elsewhere in the world.
Did you hear him refer to that as solar engineering, sulfuric acid? You know, things aren't bad enough. They got to start spraying sulfuric acid. And again, at the beginning of the broadcast, we had a Harvard researcher saying, oh, now we're going to be spraying sulfuric acid. Enjoy. Enjoy, folks. So, I mean, you know, they just treat the air like an open sewer. And I think that that is truly the unsung story of our century. Truly disturbing stuff. Now, let's see if we can get back to another very disturbing aspect of technology before.
Solar geoengineering is the possibility of deliberately making the Earth more reflective by engineering means to reduce some of the risks of accumulated greenhouse gases which are causing climate change. Is to put sulfuric acid aerosols into the stratosphere.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that part back in for people, you know, where he's saying, yeah, we got to put sulfuric acid everywhere. They're doing something. You know, we're seeing all sorts of strange chemtrails out there. Black chemtrails, you name it. And truly disturbing stuff.
So the way that we're most confident that we could make the planet more reflective is to put sulfuric acid aerosols into the stratosphere.